sleep on that till the end of the night.
Sugar Dunkerton was part of Super Indy a year ago, and one can argue that on paper, Sugar had the toughest draw of the lot because he was eliminated by Cedric Alexander.
I agree completely. Cedric Alexander is a hard bridge to cross, and there's no shame in not being able.
Only makes sense why Sugar be invited back this year for Super Indy 15. Another shot at it, but another tough draw, and not the original draw that Sugar's been preparing for. He's had less than a week to prepare for this opponent, who is also a recent major tournament winner. Gresham won CZW's Best of the Best 2016 back in the month of April. And anybody that knows anything about Combat Zone Wrestling knows you gotta be tough, you gotta be ruthless, and you gotta have a lot in your tank to outlast that kind of a field. Again, you want to talk about top independent tournaments between Super Indy, between JLIT, the JT Lightning Invitational, between the best of the best. I mean, you're covering arguably the top three. You can throw in certainly the Battle of Los Angeles, the Super 8, which many Super Indy competitors past and present have been in. And it's an all-star field everywhere way you slice it.
Yeah, very true. And we have, and as you pointed out, we have two of the people who have won those in the tournament. We've had several people who have already been in the, we've had Gory and we've had Andrew Palace who've been in Super Indy. It is
Sugar, one of only 3 men in this field this year who's been in Super Indy before. Of course, the other two, as you mentioned, Gory and Palace. Gresham, an alternate entrant to replace the bad boy Joey Janela, who had to relinquish his spot when he was thrown off the top of a building. Into, well, what wasn't he thrown into? Let's be honest. Fire, barbed wire, what wasn't in there? Glass?
I should point out that not thrown into a ring. It was the back of a truck, wasn't it? Yeah.
Janela suffering tendon damage. He had to receive surgery earlier this week. He is, I'm not sure if he's ever resting because he actually appeared at the show in New Jersey last night, non-physically, but he's convalescing.
Yes. And we wish him the best and hope he heals quickly.
And I tell you, I was looking forward to seeing the bad boy in Super Indy because of the controversial, polarizing nature he brings. He's not just athletic, but he's controversial. And I'd love to see him perhaps challenge the winner of this tournament when he's healthy.
No, that's a matter for the future. Right now, we might be looking at one of the people who will hold the title. This might be his challenge.
Sugar Dunkerton has really changed his lifestyle and his wrestling style since I first saw him in the latter part of the 2000s decade. Usually in the past he was much more loud, colorful, vibrant, and put a premium as the shoulders are trapped on entertainment, on laughs, and on having a good time. He still loves to do those things, but a lot more dedication to the gym, a lot more dedication to diet, and a lot more serious approach has led to Sugar Dunkerton kind of turning the corner in his career, and not just is he a mind game, he's now also a threat.
I was going to say... I didn't quite hear what that comment was, but it stopped the match.
And again, talk about tournament history. Sugar has competed in the Chikara Young Lions Cup, King of Trios, the Great Southern Eight, the Force One Tour de Force, the Smoky Mountain Cup, the Ted Petty Invitational, the JT Lightning Invitational, and now his second bid in Super Indy. This man has tournament experience, and then some.
Very, very true. Well. And a dip. Not to be confused with a dab.
I think he was in a ballroom dancing tournament as well, but that part's not in my notes.
He came in fourth on that.
I don't believe Gresham was an alternate that night, though. Hard knife edges. Gresham, an 11-year pro, 8 of those years he spent traveling the world. An homage to Jeff Jarrett, or maybe Jackie Fargo.
Might have been Jackie Fargo.
Jeff Jarrett and Jackie Fargo, total Super Indies they've appeared in, 0.
Combined.
Yeah. And now it's a gut check. It's who can hit who hardest. What motivates a competitor to do this? Is it pride? Is it getting in the opponent's head?
I would say probably a little of column A, a little of column B. Hey, have you ever been out? Oh! He hit the elevator button for the basement, so to speak.
Pace quicken, Sugar attempts to adjust, but can't. Out of the corner, Gresham Dock, sunset flip Dunkerton. Gresham attempts the drop kick, and it's Dunkerton with an open hand palm strike to the glutes. Yes, I'm keeping this above ground.
And a running chop that took Gresham off his feet.
Oklahoma roll to no. Gresham's hit a bit of a career resurgence or career elevation in recent times. We've seen him on national television for Ring of Honor, recently contested for the Ring of Honor television title, and Gresham's surprised some people in Ring of Honor with some upset victories.
And we'll see if he can make it back to Ring of Honor, being that Sugar Dunkerton is just laying into those legs. Oh, there we go.
Gresham in the 2012 Tenkaichi tournament. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That's 0-1 in Japan. In addition, of course, to the best of the best, and here tonight.
A nice submission.
Really cinching back. And that's where Gresham really employs his best offense. This is called the octopus stretch. And he may have broken a finger or two of Dunkerton as well. But it's called the octopus stretch, and it's why Gresham calls himself the best technical wrestler in the world.
And even if he didn't break a finger, he may have dislocated, he may have torn some tendons with that.
And that's where Gresham's in his wheel. If you neutralize that arm, you take away that advantage. So much of your opponent's offense is taken away. Strikes, power moves. He leaves himself vulnerable because he's focused on the damage of the arm. And there you see, he couldn't strike. He could not hit Gresham because of the damage done to the arm.
Nothing behind it.
Second time, no. And Gresham, grinning ear to ear, and then connects with a drop kick, feeling good about himself.
Oh, and a good chop.
Connects in the corner, but Gresham follows in suit. Sugar out of the way. Able to duck and dodge. Great defensive wrestling and a hard takedown.
Oh.
High knee as well. Could this do it? No.
Sugar realized he had to abandon chops and finally got some other strikes in there.
Yeah, well, I think that goes back to that defensive approach. He can't fight back. He's just got to duck and dodge out of the way.
Oh.
Gresham connects. Second time. And Gresham with an impactful drop kick from an elevated stance. Gresham, no stranger to titles, 5-time junior heavyweight champion in Japan. Could Super Indy Gold be far behind?
Due to the sternum, a good shot to the chest with that elbow, with that forearm. Oh!
And Gresham, look at this adjustment, puts on the brakes, changes directions, and caught Dunkerton coming through. The moonsault was beautiful. How many people do you know that can change directions that suddenly and still pull off a high-impact move that flawlessly?
Yeah, honestly, I can think of, like, outside of me, 2 or 3 people.
Cross-body hook of the leg. Wow, near fall. Wouldn't have been any shame if that would have fallen Sugar Dunkerton.
None at all. Dunkerton first to his feet, trying to clear the cobwebs.
And Gresham measures Dunkerton, but did he take too long?
Is that a headbutt?
Modified takeover there. I believe Gresham was able to connect with a knee. The momentum carried Dunkerton over. Both men now jockeying for position center ring. Dunkerton.
Half Nelson.
Could he be going suplex? Could he be going submission?
Oh, no, he's looking to get the full on.
Can he get the fingers locked?
10 minutes gone by. 10 minutes gone by.
Shades of Hercules and Billy Jack Haynes here at Super Indy. High angle back suplex. Billy Jack Haynes reference at Super Indy and Jackie Fargo.
Yeah. Two of the men who laid the foundation for Super Indy.
We'll go with that. Elbow, nobody there. And Gresham out of the way. Notice Gresham keeps himself under the bottom rope, a sanctuary for him.
Staying out of the way. Oh.
Now it's Gresham on the wrong side of the concrete floor, and now Dunkerton collides.
Dunkerton hitting that almost as a shoulder block coming out.
And now it's Gresham that's dazed. Dunkerton has been waiting a year.
Come on, sugar.
Hopefully you don't have a minute. I thought they were going to go back to challenge. Okay.
Dropped on his head, out on his feet, and Dunkerton follows through.
Big knee to the head.
And again, this is not offense the Dunkerton of, say, 2012 that I met once upon a time would have been able to pull off. He's transformed his body, he's transformed his mind, and certainly that competitive spirit burns brighter than ever, down the head for 2.
I don't know how Xavier kicked out on that. I mean, I know that Sugar is having a little problem like hooking any type of hold because of that hand. He may have not had the strength to hold him down for the full 3.
Look at this, Gresham, cross-face chicken wing attempt.
Does he have can he get it locked in?
From the full Nelson to the Bob Backlund pet move, we're taking a trip through submission specialists.
Oh, now spreading that injured hand out.
And that created the opening, and another modified octopus hold.
And look at him.
There's that octopus stretch, got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, advancing to the semi-final round of Super Indy 15, Jonathan Gresham!
Gresham wins with the octopus stretch, crimping the neck over top of your opponent and pulling back on that arm the opposite way it was meant to go. There really was no way for Dunkerton to go to get out.
About the only thing he could have done was try to fall to the ropes, but I think that Gresham had the distance that he would have been able to still hold on to it. And frankly, he would have risked falling onto that exposed shoulder that was pushed back.
But can Gresham go the distance? He moves on in Super Indy 15.